Who is the director here? Lars von Trier? Jesus? God? Powell? Who is the director of fucking Jerome Powell? Who is the director of the Bank of America United? Who is the director of the TD? Who is the director of all little branches? The little branch has a director, the regional branch. You're going up, there is the Fed. And you know who is the director? Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the director of the banking system which gonna implode. The leverage banks are trading on leverage 16, 17. The shadow banks, the shadow is so big that they cannot hide themselves. They counterfeiting national budget. That's why CPI data from October, November, and December, first time in history, were mixed together. So even the dummies on Bloomberg were a little bit puzzled. But they still put their fucking click. They put a click in their head and they're like, you know, forget about fucking media. They commercialize, they're idiots. The information, you gotta read between lines. Disinformation is the information. Disinformation is the information. When you bet on the fucking guy who gonna go in the fifth in the ass, the fucking odds will break the fucking ceiling. And then he gonna beat the other boxer by his bare hands and he wins. Just like Butch in Pulp Fiction. And now every $100 make you $100,000 because nobody expect that shit. It's up and down and up. But you gotta be in the middle. Are you with me? Stay focused. You in the middle, motherfucker. Whoever wins or lose, you capitalize. Even though Butch will not be the boxer, we just make money from the Floyd, who will fucking be mashed to the shits. We go to this piece of shit, we pick him up, hey, thank you for my fucking physical gold in your pocket. Or we go to Butch and we say, hey, thank you, brother. It was okay, right? We are smarter. Yeah. So you are very up. This trade can make you, again, 4, 5 times, 10 times more. Yeah, and then you lift yourself up on the zone of the God, and the God opened the fucking door. First you suck his dick, and then here comes the Iran invasion, the Greenland, and then you're really up to the fucking Lord, like you equal to equal, you see. You open the fucking door. The Lord opened the door and he sit just like you sitting in front of me, you see. He sees my shadow. How are you? Give me 5. Is a shadow or light or little shut? I don't know. Who is this guy? Better watch you smoke, right? Lord sitting in front of you, saying, Daniel. I say, what, Lord? Daniel, you have to pray. I say, Lord, I have to pray. You cannot fight the mirror, you see. You put people in predictable patterns of their mind. Yeah, you mirror them. If they mirror you, you mirror them more. If they mirror you, triple mirror you, triple mirror them. But meanwhile, you just have some kind of a fucking LSD out of the head experience on the top, and you're watching your fucking schmuck deployed to you. You put a string to you put little Daniel mirroring the fucking God. You observing that shit. That's just a fucking light when you're flying to fucking Apollo. When the Apollo went the mission on the fucking moon and that, the fucking watch was 3 minutes behind on the Earth than there. So we know the fucking time is what? The fluid, motherfucker, Mr. Albert. Hey, Bobby. The nuclear shit. Stay focused, stay with me. The God comes. He sits, in front of you. He says, Daniel, you want to be really 10 or 100 millionaires? Like me? Yes, God, I would love to. And then the God says, actually there is one more guy on the top because I got a problem with the roof. I can see it, God. We just in the heaven kingdom and the fucking bricks falling down. Your roof is like leaking the water, golden water dripping down. The silver bricks are falling down in the heaven fucking house. What the fuck is that? God is like that. Say, God, somebody owns you, God? Somebody holds your balls? You telling me there is somebody above the fucking God? And the God says, yes. You know who is on the top? Пожалуйста! Хорошо! Alaska! Mr. President, next time, perhaps we can meet in the Moscow. Good one, good one. I love this guy. I love Mr. Putin. I love this guy. He's so smart. So, have you seen like Putin looks like very fragile person. He's Dadushka. Did you know fucking richest guy in the earth is Vladimir Putin? But when you find out what he owns, he says he has some little dacha. It's a little small dacha. With a little fireplace, we put a fucking sausage on the stick. He was like a fucking Jeff Bezos before he was driving Toyota Prius and become this idiot. Jeffy was great, but then look at him now. You were a great guy, just like Putin, driving Toyota Prius, So the Putin come to the fucking God, and he's like, hey, listen, you gotta repair your roof. I'm the richest man on the earth. My name is Vladimir Vladimirovich. Yeah, I tried to invade fucking Kiev in 3 weeks. It didn't work out. The God says, I know. Yeah, people think that you are smarter than Putin, you are an idiot. You see? No, he was not. He made people think he's an idiot. And they were okay. Until now, some brothers already connecting the dots. And you look at the China and the oil and all that shit. And you remember, CIA was investigating 3 years back. CIA was 3 years back investigating. And they said that the chance that Putin will drop the atomic bomb is 5 to 10%. They want to calm the public. Yes, the real numbers were 50-50. And some journalists knew what's going on over. I remember this schmuck called me, because I'm really bothered by this, I'm bothered 3 years back. I fucking know why you're bothered, motherfucker. I was in Panama. Why do you think I was in Panama? It's quite a safe place, don't you think so? Well, more of us. Now, let me ask you a question. Since there was so-called misleading invasion, which we know now was not misleading and was purpose, because if the fucking Putin dummy, if he fucking invade Ukraine in 3 weeks, it's over. But he has to create a conflict to divert the attention. Now let me ask you something. If that time the fucking chance that the fucking bomb will be thrown will be 50%, and then CIA apologize to after 3 years, they say we don't want to scare people. 3 years back we said it's 5-10%, it was 50%. Now let me ask you something. When you know that Mr. Macron make obligatory for fucking French people, Frenchmen, to go to the army, if they give fucking Germans permission to build a fucking army again, now you think, what is the chance Mr. Putin will drop some little drop? Because the Netflix is expired. I love the first series. It was COVID, the first season. But then the second season, the waves, third, fourth one, it was no good. So they come out with the new show. It's called Ukraine War, right? I love first season. I have to thank Mr. Putin, because in moment when he attacked fucking Ukraine, they start to drain the hectoliters of vaccine in the cool world. I flew here 2 days before the war started. I flew back again to Sberbank to take a little loan before they were opening on Sunday. Sberbank was opening in Prague on Sunday. There were the lorry drivers, people with suitcases were leaving because they knew they will be disconnected by SWIFT. Oh my god. I flew back here, and this guy, and I gotta do vaccination, all that shit, bullshit, blah blah blah, paper, like codes. I flew here, Putin attack Ukraine. I need to fly to Lisbon. Nobody wants in the airport. Nobody's give a fuck. Nobody. The news, Ukraine. Everybody dropped all these fucking bullshit, bureaucratic shits, precautions. You have to vaccinate, PCR. Nobody. Putin destroyed. They put a second season. Because COVID-free seasons, how many waves this was? 4 or 5 waves? It was expired. You don't like 4th season of COVID? We have a new show, Ukraine. Yeah, the first season I like it. The second one was a little bit like still good, but the third season nobody watching that shit. So we gotta come with the new fucking show. Yeah, I guess you know what is the show, right? Yeah. So you see Tito Maduro with Tito Khomeini, suddenly now there are some protests which outburst. Tito really do they? It is some covert fucking Jewish operation. Somebody will get thrown the fucking, maybe some Jewish or some Australian American double citizen will walk down the Tehran street. I have heard. And somebody will massacre him, or they will massacre. It will be massacre there. Khomeini will be massacre. Because we need to protect. We need to... Mr. Trump, could you read it? Could you read it again? Could you read the fucking... If you will be violent with protesters, we will go to Iran. Did I read it right? Yes, you read it. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Let's come back to the point what you know what's gonna fucking happen. You know, the gold could be radioactive in Zurich. You can keep it there for a long time. Silver blinks. Yo, it's a really cynical thing. But that's why, my friend, in 1963, when the Pig Bay, when there was a crisis and we thought that Khrushchev, they were installing the fucking rockets launching in Cuba, pointing in the fucking USA. The CIA called, the Kennedy called CIA and he asked, we need to find solution, we are pretty fucked. They say we will search it out, we will figure it out. Then he calls after 1 hour, 2-3 hours, he was like calling CIA director. So where is the solution? Did you call some fucking engineers, technicians, physicists, psychologists, sociologists, politologists? Do you know what the Russians will do? He said, we're working on it. We call the best, we're trying to put together the best selling fiction writers. The best, we're looking for the highest fucking leather, we're looking at the bestseller writers and any kind of people with fantasy and imagination. What, you looking for fucking paperback writers? I love fucking White Album. Beatles White Album. I wanna be a paperback writer. Yeah. They're looking for writers to find solution. I think that the people who has no imagination were the one who couldn't be surprised what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen? I tell you what. Mr. Putin will drop the fucking bomb. There's no question about it. When I talked to this Russian in Panama, I asked him, hey, I said like, hey, Andrei, you from Russia. You think he will drop it? He says, there's no question he drop it, Daniel. The only question is when. I asked him when. It was 1 year back. He says the timeline is 1 to 2 years. It's been 1 year back. What's gonna happen? The motherfucker gonna drop that fucking atomic bomb. But he not gonna drop the big one or whatever. He do the dirty fucking one, you see? He smuggled some shit in the fucking Budapest and he blow up something. There was some accident shit or whatever. There will be again the fucking, there will be tourists in Salisbury. Salisbury Cathedral, they were tourists. We really like the cathedral, right, Igor? Yes, the cathedral was very nice. We met this guy, Mr. Skripal. He slept on the banana boat. He hit some needle with plutonium. Salisbury Cathedral. I think there will be some kind of a tourist in Budapest. The gates are already open, like in 1968. It's repeating, you know. The Slovakia Association of the fucking Slovakia fucking Prime Minister, Hungarians, they opened the fucking gates. What you talking about? There is the Slovakia-Czech border. Might be some minor little problem. But now we have Mr. Babiš here. He won the elections. The president, don't worry about his schmuck. Because he works for KGB. Sorry. Babiš works for fucking KGB. Babiš works for STB or whatever fucking someone. Mr. President works for GRU. He was sleeping agent in fucking Paris, supposed to be. And his fucking wifey, they were about to kidnap the fucking immigrants, throw them back like a fucking attache. Don't worry about Czech Republic, it's secure from both sides. Let's open the gate. Hannibal ante porte. He's repeating. Yeah. You got a fucking Russians over here. Yeah. They will protect you, Russian people. And Serbian. They will start to fight. They fight with the fucking Muslims. Because what kind of fucking people startled or Muslims are scared of only one nation. It's the Serbians and Russians. From the fucking Balkan times, right? I was in Vienna, there was this fucking Serbian guy. He was like, Daniel, we murdered the fucking, in Belgrade. You know, according to statistics in Belgrade, every third person witnessed to kill somebody, witness somebody to get killed. Or he killed somebody. Yeah, look at the fucking Karadzic. You cannot fuck with Milosevic and Karadzic, this fuck. Have you seen the Karadzic when he was sentenced to fucking death? They brought him out of the fucking jail, the stupid UNA, in the Hague, with Mr. Karadzic, according to this law. What did the fucking Karadzic, what did he did? He takes some fucking poison, he drink it up with his drugs, za slobodu, bratko. And he fucking died there. He didn't give them the pleasure. You cannot break the fucking Serbians. They're animals. Keep your friend close. Keep your enemy even closer. Serbians and Russians will be here to protect the European fascistic fucking rising, correct the dots, the fucking Kurds, all these cocksuckers like, Wilders, all these schmalls. You have some fascistic cunt, Sweden, I'll forget about it. Le Pen, 2027, she'll be assassinated, start the Sarajevo third war. Because if the French people don't, if you take them the possibility to let their candidate to the elections, I guarantee you the nation of Maximilian Rospiel will go in the streets. Anyway, the fucking fascists, Russians and Serbians. Russians entered European Union in that time is already falling apart because economically Italy collapsing. There is no European Union, there is some EAS or whatever shits or whatever before. NATO doesn't work because the Greenland falling apart, the USA, you know what I say. So we got a fucking Russians, Serbians fighting with fascists against the Muslims and the fucking Greta Thunberg leftist cocksuckers. Why do you think I'm in the Spain, sweetheart? Spain is the only fucking country. It's the only European country. Just like this Moroccan taxi driver. I love this. Extremely stupid people live here. It's solo una país, Daniel, donde es civil guerra. It's the only country with the civil war. In the Malaga here. It was very dramatic. Radio Malaga calling. Gibraltar. Top of the fucking Latin America. Arabs, this all that shit. Sancho. Sancho didn't pay the NATO. There is a civil war coming. It's coming. It's gonna burst out in Spain. In Italy. Italy is not Italy. North Italy is very different from South Italy. North Sweden is very different from South Sweden. It's two countries together. The people who've been to Italy, Sweden or Spain know what I'm talking about. North fucking Spain is very different from South Spain. North fucking Sweden is different from South Sweden. North fucking Italy is very different from South Italy. This country is gonna crack. With France, with Germany, with Austria. Yeah. You got a fucking Americans supplying weapons to Russians, Serbians, and fascistic fucking coup-d'etat countries like Holland where the fucking fascists take over the power. You see? And they fighting the fucking communistic fronts, the fucking George Orwell fucking side here, the commies, right? You got a civil war. You got a fucking millions and millions of fucking Black guy, there is 15 million displaced, 13 million displaced people from Chad to Congo. Nobody's give a fuck. Saint Turkey, Mr. Erdogan lifting up. They will not travel over the boat by rafts. There will be breach of the fucking technical artificial intelligence. They hack the data. They fly here on the fucking European passports, which are on cloud. You see, there will be Mr. Klaus Schmidt, white like a fuck, with the replaced GDP fucking counterfeited ideas. Mr. Schmidt looks strange, right? You don't look like a man. But it just pass out. It's just a chip, right? You pay the fucking thing of fucking photography. Don't you think so? That is pretty obvious. That the European continent is the one which will get fucked most in the ass. From the west and east and from south by other brothers, Muslim Africans. The European continent get fucked most. This continent is the richest continent of all continents. And what is really high, that's what falling psychologically most painfully down. What is really up is falling down. It's a physics. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. The places you should be now. The places which are on the swing down. Paraguay. It's a place to be. I've heard in South America there are interesting places there. Paraguay is a great country. Uruguay, no. It's stabilized. Paraguay. Bolivia. Perfect places to be. Peru. Perfect place to be. Even Argentina is great. Argentinian economy is smooth. It's doing great compared to fucking fat. You see? Meal is fucking great. You see? Don't you see? You think Trump already is exiled in fucking Buenos Aires? What you talking about? But Trump will be able to sustain. I'm interested how long he will be able to sustain with the oil, and because the war cost money, you see, to repair the fucking rigs in Venezuela and all that fucking equipment is corrodated. He need 100 billions just to keep it up because Maduro corrodate all that shit, blah, 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 all that shit. So the war costs you money, you know, so it will be difficult. But who is somebody who cannot have nothing to lose? Who can psychologically survive everything? Who is able to go in the war and get a bullet in the head and keep smiling? That's the fucking Russians. They down, they fuck, they economically fuck up. When you put the Russians in the corner, you don't want to see that shit. You don't want to see the Russian being in the corner. Once I saw the fucking Russian guy in Philippines. He got shot by the Filipino guy in the knee. But he has no pistol. And he finished up that the guy who was limping, shot in the knee, the Russian, was chasing the Filipino guy with the pistol who had no balls to finish him up. And the Russian chased him around the car. He grasped him and he take the pistol from the Filipino guy and he beat the shit out of him. He even didn't shoot him. He just beat him like that. You shoot the Russian in the fucking knee? He keep going. They don't give a shit. You see, the Russians are unstoppable. They don't understand their soul, like Dostoevsky says. They don't know. I love Russian soul. The Russian soul is very enigmatic. Don't you think so? Like Mr. Trotsky would say. Dostoevsky says, we even don't know. I love Russian soul. I see interesting people. Yeah. If I would stake my money on somebody, it would be Russians, most probably. It would be people like Albanians. The people who has nothing to lose, Serbians. Yeah. In Paraguay, I would bet my money on Indians. There will be chaos in India. But I would not stake my money on Japan or South Korea, my friend. In USA, not sure. Certainly I would not stake my money on any European Union country because you lose. I would never put it on Canadians. Where is a chaos, there is an opportunity. You pick up the fucking money on the fucking floor, you have no sympathy for you, motherfucker. That's the times where the billionaires were born. That's the times when the Bitcoin risen up in 1999, in 2000, 12, and then 16. And I'm not certainly talking about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is over. I'm talking about the shorting the fucking market, motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking metals, I'm talking UEXI. I'm talking the fucking imploding bank system. I'm talking shorting the SPA with the options call, which will pay back 1-200 so-called lottery tickets, which are not lottery tickets. But you back them up by the physical gold and silver and all that shit, because you never lose. Because if you're from Czech Republic, you're in the middle. And I gotta find the solution. I think Czech. When I think Czech, I find always solution. You have to check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Called Czech Republic. Check it out. Smart people. Additive psychological question. Am I a hypocrite? Of course I am. There's no question about this. But I know I'm a hypocrite. If you tell me I'm a hypocrite, I won't blame you. I agree with you. I'm a hypocrite. I'm a motherfucker. I finish in the hell. But extremely rich. Is there more class fucking morality, slave, Nietzsche, whatever shit? Is there some fucking point to suffer on this fucking life, in this life? You buy a fucking atomic bunker. You buy it now. You buy your tablets. The your tablets. You buy a lot of them or use your hair. Yeah. Could you imagine? Maybe you say I'm a dreamer. Maybe you say I'm a fucking nightmare guy. But I'm not the only one. Can you imagine what could be? Yes, I could. I would. And I'm imagining it. And I'm not only imagining it. I know it. I'm getting fucking ready for this shit. Because if you're not ready, you get fucking ass. And if you get in the fucking ass, you get poor, broke, lame, stupid, sitting on the shit. I couldn't imagine this Wall Street Journal. They said that the silver and this. It's too late, motherfucker. You still here? Fuck off.